See, I'm starting the part 2 of the inverse trigonometric function. So yesterday I uploaded uh, inverse trigonometric function part 1, and now I'm going to complete this lecture by uploading the part 2. Part 2 is shorter than part 1. In part 2 we have to just discuss some problems, uh, uh, and especially a problem type which I think it's worth discussing. So let's start this. So this is question objective solved example question number 34. Now in this question we have to find interval of x where it is given that tan inverse x and sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square is independent of x. So you can see this is a function that we discuss in the part 1, sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square. If I write this again, and you have to learn the compound form of sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square. The compound form is minus pi minus 2 tan inverse x when x is less than minus 1, and when x is between minus 1 and 1 it is 2 tan inverse x. Greater than 1 it is pi minus 2 tan inverse x. Now see, in this question will take a lot of time to complete if you don't remember this compound form of sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square. If you know that, this is a question which we'll be able to finish in next 30 seconds, right? So that's why you need to learn this compound form, right? And there are other questions where we use this compound form, so I would highly suggest that you have to learn that. Now, so basically we have to solve, it's like an equation, right? That we have to do. So this will become independent of x. There's a mistake here also, it is 2 tan inverse x. You can see this expression will be independent of x, this one, if sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square will generate minus 2 tan inverse x, because the terms of x should cancel out, right? So we have 2 tan inverse x, and we have to see from where we get minus 2 tan inverse x from the definition of the sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square. So this is a definition where we are getting negative outside 2 tan inverse x, and this is another definition where we're getting negative outside 2 tan inverse x. So if I say interval x less than minus 1 or less than equal to minus 1, that's okay. We have minus pi, this is 2 tan inverse x, and from this side we have minus pi minus 2 tan inverse x. If you replace them, I replace the value of this compound form of this sine inverse here. So together you can see it is minus pi, independent of x. So it means for all those values which are on left of minus 1, this expression is independent of x. But if we take between minus 1 and 1, right? So minus 1 is an endpoint I have taken here. So if you take it between minus 1 and 1, we have 2 tan inverse x plus 2 tan inverse x. It is 4 tan inverse x, not independent of x, right? If we take x greater than 1, we have 2 tan inverse x from the first term, and from sine inverse what we are getting here is pi minus 2 tan inverse x, and again 2 tan inverse x cancels out with 2 tan inverse x and independent of this. So the values you can see interval is either it is on left of minus 1 or it is on right of 1. Endpoints we have to include, because at endpoints this is 0, this whole expression is 0, right? So 0 means we have it's independent, x is not there. So the answer is outside minus 1 and 1. So there are two choices that matches, there are two choices that match, that are matching with this. One is this, other is this. Fine. So basically the key thing in this question was the definition of the compound form of sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square. Now there are other similar questions based on this. Let's see we'll come to this later. Let's see, we have to solve this equation for x, almost similar question. Now this is like to understand the this equation. It is something similar to the kind of equations you solve in calculus or in quadratic, right? If you have to solve this equation, if you can recall, this is an equation involving compound functions. So to solve this equation, we have to make intervals. For example, we make interval x less than -1, and then we solve this equation. We make interval x -1 to 0, because critical points are -1 from this side, 0 from this side, 1 from this side, 0 from this side, and -1 from this side. So we make intervals about the critical points, left of -1, -1 to 0, 0 to 1, greater than 1. So that way, and in each and every interval we solve the simplified form of this equation. Basically we are breaking each and every compound function into pieces, and then we are able to solve the equation. So this is exactly same equation, but involving inverse trigonometric functions. This is a compound. This is the compound function. I'm on this side I'm writing the definition. Sine inverse VV oh, too bad. So we can write again. Sine inverse 2x over 1 plus x square equals to minus pi minus 2 tan inverse x for x less than -1. It is 2 tan inverse x for x between -1 and 1. So it's not right here. Let's and then we have for x greater than 1, it is pi minus 2 tan inverse x. And similarly we can write cos inverse 1 minus x square over 1 plus x square equals to minus 2 tan inverse x for x less than 0, and for x greater than or equal to 0 it is 2 tan inverse x. It's a compound form of this cos inverse 1 minus x square over 1 plus x square. Now we have to use these. It's like a compound, it's like a greatest integer function or a fractional part of x mod x, those kind of questions. So what we do, we see the critical points. Critical points are from this side, critical points are -1 and 1. On this side critical points are 0. Critical point is 0. It's only one critical point. We make interval x less than -1, and then we let's do that. X less than -1 is an interval, right? So in this case the definition of sine inverse is minus pi minus 2 tan inverse x, and definition of cos will be minus 2 tan inverse x equal to pi by 3. So it comes out to be 2 tan inverse x equals to minus 4 pi by 3. Tan inverse x equals to minus 2 pi by 3. We take tan, this implies x equal to minus 10 pi by 3 equals to minus root 3. Now you can see I think yes. So it is, I think there's a mistake here. It's fine. So so tan inverse x is this implies, so tan x is, we take tan of the side, minus will come out tan 2 pi by 3, and tan 2 pi by 3 is actually negative. That was a mistake. Minus will become plus tan root 3, and that is tan pi by 3, that is root 3. And see, x equal to root 3 does not belong to this interval, because we are taking interval x less than -1. Now if we take interval x -1 to 0, in this interval definition of sine inverse is 2 tan inverse x, and that of cos is minus 2 tan inverse x. I'm taking from here, right? This is minus 2 tan inverse x, and this is 2 tan inverse x. So it is not possible. We are getting 0 equal to pi by 3, not possible. If you make interval 0 to 1, this is 2 tan inverse x, right? Sine is 2 tan inverse x, and cos inverse is also 2 tan inverse x, equal to pi by 3. So it is 4 tan inverse x equals to pi by 12. Tan inverse x equals to pi by 12. So this is x equal to tan pi by 12, and tan pi by 12, you can see it's a positive value, that is between 0 and 1, because tan pi by 4 is 1, so obviously pi by 12 is somewhere here, so it is between 0 and 1. So this satisfies the interval also. And we'll take one more case, x greater than 1. In x greater than 1, sine inverse is pi minus sine inverse, expansion of the sine inverse term is pi minus 2 tan inverse x, and that of cos inverse is 2 tan inverse x. And again this cancels out with this, so we are getting pi equal to pi by 3. It's again wrong, right? So basically we are getting x equal to tan pi by 12 is the only solution of this equation. Let me check. Right. See. And see, there can be more questions like this. There's no need to pet test. You can do them. That like instead of sine, I can have cos I can have tan inverse here. So question based tan inverse 2x over 1 plus x square. So question involves tan inverse term and cos inverse term. Or we can have question based on where we have sine inverse and we have tan inverse. Fine. So both of these questions will be same using the same approach, where we replace the definitions or compound forms of the functions involved, and then we make intervals about the critical points, and each and every interval we solve equation separately. So it's a category of questions which is, I'll say, is like worth understanding, because there are many questions like this where you break functions, where you break expressions into about the critical points, and then you solve equation. So if you just look at next question, the value of this, right, the value of this, and then we have choices to find the simplified value of this. To find the simplified value of this, we need to know the definitions of sine inverse and cos inverse, right? We need to know the pieces of these two. For example, if we just follow the last question, and I'm not writing the definitions again, I make interval x less than minus 1. In x less than minus 1, it is tan. If this is equal to minus pi minus 2 tan inverse x divided by 2, and this is equals to minus 2 tan inverse x divided by 2. Right, and then we have for x between minus 1 and 0, it is tan pi minus this is 2 tan inverse x divided by 2, and on this side we have again minus 2 tan inverse x divided by 2. So I'm replacing the compound pieces of this. Then we have x between 0 and 1, tan of, this is again 2 tan inverse x, and this is also 2 tan inverse x by 2, and then x greater than 1, tan of, this is pi minus 2 tan inverse x by 2, and this is 2 tan inverse x by 2. Now we can see which of the choices are matching. X less than minus 1. But first of all we see this choice between 0 and 1. Between 0 and 1 we have 2 cancels out with this. This is tan of 2 tan inverse x, and then we can write 2 tan inverse x as tan of tan inverse, we can write here 2x over 1 minus x square using this formula, right? And and we can do that because x is between 0 and 1, right? We are replacing this equal to this, again using the definition of tan inverse. X is between 0 and 1, so that's why we can do it. This cancels out with this. Answer is 2x over 1 minus x square. So this choice is matching. For x between 0 and 1, this is right. A choice is right. Now if you see B choice, for all x less than 1, for all x less than 1, definition is this. We have checked for x less than x 0 to 1, this is fine. But for every x between less than 1, let's check that. 0 to 1 we have seen. Now between 0 and between minus 1 and 0 we can check. No, it is not matching because you can see, look at tan 0 is 0, right? So it's not true. The second B choice is not true. C choice is not infinite, means finite. Not infinite means finite if x greater than 1. If x greater than 1, it is coming out to be 10 pi by 2, infinity, infinite. So it is not infinite, it is infinite. Fine. So only A choice is correct. So you can see exactly this question was exactly same, only the presentation was different. The solution was same, where we have to replace the compound forms of the expressions involved. Now say this is a similar kind of question. If 2 sin inverse x equal to we'll come to this later, we'll finish this. Yeah, see, these are two questions. For example, OSC 13 question. I'm not going to solve this question because we already done that, or this question is wrong. So choices, if you look at this question, in choices there were no intervals given. Question is find the simplified value of this, whereas simplified value of this depends upon the values of x, depends upon the interval. Just in the last question we have seen, the simplified value will depend upon what intervals are there, and in the question intervals are not there, values of x are not there. So that's why this question is wrong. And same here, this is the question, right? The simplified value, again in the choices, the intervals of x are not involved, and the simplified value of this will depend upon the values of x, the intervals. So that's why this question is also wrong. But I'm sure you can do it. If this question, if choices are correct in the form of intervals, you can do it using the same approach. Now let's see this question. Now this is a question again based on the same category, same type of question, but it's a little different question because this time the expression involved, for example this one, sin inverse 2x over sin inverse 2x into root of 1 minus x square, is a expression, or you can say function, whose compound form we don't know, right? In the sense we have not learnt it, so we have to work a little bit more to write the compound form of this. And see how we do this. Let's do this first. Sin inverse 2x the root of 1 minus x square. To simplify this, we replace x equal to sin theta. So this becomes sin inverse 2 sin theta into root of 1 minus x square is cos theta. So it is sin inverse sin 2 theta. Now this is equal to 2 theta, or we can say theta 2 sin inverse x. If 2 theta lies between principal value branch of sin inverse x, that is minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now corresponding to this, 2 theta lies between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. We need to find the values of x, because independent variable is x. We have to make intervals of x. So this means theta lies between minus pi by 4 and pi by 4. And we see the graph of sine. Graph of sine is like this. When theta is between minus pi by 4 and pi by 4, then sin theta, what you can say about sin theta? Sin theta lies, this is like, see this is the graph. Theta lies from minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. So in this case, the value of sin theta, or we can say x, is from minus 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2, right? So when theta is between minus pi by 4 and pi by 4, sine theta is from minus 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2, and that's x. So this is fine. 2 sine inverses definition is fine, but only when x belongs to minus 1 by root 2 to 1 by root 2. So for this question, this much is sufficient, because now we can see question is asking that this is equal to this, this is equal to this, and the values of x are. So answer is C. Right? But suppose this question maybe it can be something like this: pi minus 2 sine inverse x equal to this, then values of x are. Then answer would have would be different. So let's complete the breaking down of this function into pieces. We need to know, we need to see what is the simplified form for x greater than 1 by root 2. When x is greater than 1 by root 2, then how should I simplify this? So let's now we'll have to do the reverse mapping. Now if x is greater than 1 by root 2, then what are the values theta can take? So again we'll see the graph of sine. Let's have drawn bigger in size. When theta is from pi by 4, no sorry, x is greater than 1 by root 2, so this is 1 by root 2 greater than this. X greater than 1 by root 2 means that theta is from pi by 4 to pi by 2. That it means that the mapping we have done, we are doing mapping from x to theta. This is x, right? That is sine theta, x is sine theta, and this is theta. So theta lies from pi by 4 to pi by 2. Now we see 2 theta. 2 theta is from pi by 2 to pi, and that's the problem here. 2 theta is not in the principal value branch of sine inverse, right? Here you can see we have an option of using the graph of sine inverse sine. I'll show you. So this is like the 2 theta is not in the principal branch. Then which is in principal value branch? Pi minus 2 theta is in principal value branch. If you or you can say 2 theta minus pi. Subtract pi from each and every side. This is principal value branch. Or we multiply with minus sign. This is also principal value branch. So 2 theta minus pi is principal value branch, pi minus 2 theta is also principal value branch. We have to make one of these two. The second one is easy to make. So we write this as sine inverse sine pi minus 2 theta. Can we write that? Yes, we can write that, because we have a formula sine 2 theta equal to sine pi minus 2 theta. Right? We can apply trigonometric formula that sine 2 theta is equal to sine pi minus 2 theta. And now this pi minus 2 theta is in principal value branch. That's what we have figured out here. So it means now you can cancel this with this. So for x greater than 1 by root 2, the simplified form of this, or the simplified piece of this compound is pi minus 2 theta. Pi minus means 2 sine inverse x. And same you have to do for x, not in this question but some other question. So this question, see, if we had pi minus 2 sine inverse equal to this, the answer would have been x greater than 1 by root 2. So for x less than minus 1 by root 2 also we need to see how we can generate this piece. So if you come here, x from this is minus 1 by root 2, x less than minus 1 by root 2 means we are here, means on scale of theta, on a graph of theta, scale of theta, we are from minus pi by 2 to minus pi by 4. So it is, if you change here from minus pi by, let's do this again. So this time if we map x less than minus 1 by root 2, we are getting theta minus pi by 2 to minus pi by 4. 2 theta is from minus pi to minus pi by 2. So we have to bring this in principal value branch. We add pi. 2 theta plus pi is in principal value branch. Yes, 2 theta plus pi. So we have to make 2 theta plus pi. So what we are going to do, see, we write sine inverse sine, the value of 2 theta we replace. We replace sine 2 theta formula. Sine 2 theta is minus sine pi plus 2 theta. It's a trigonometric formula. Sine x equal to sine x equal to minus of sine pi plus x. So if it is pi plus x, then minus will come outside. So minus we can take out, minus of sine inverse sine an angle which is in the principal value branch of sine inverse. This is in the principal value branch, just we have seen this. Cancel this with this. So definition coming out to be minus pi minus 2 sine inverse x. Minus 2 sine inverse x. Right? So see, there is, you could have done it like this also, but I want you to learn this, that's why I've done this. But otherwise you can draw graph of this, graph of sine inverse sine 2 theta, right? So it's a periodic function with, or maybe yes, it's a periodic function with period half. So the sine triangle 0, and this is pi by 2, pi by 4, right? So you can see that from 0 to pi by 4 when theta, so this is the mapping of theta. We'll have to do the x mapping. X mapping is, this is 1 by root 2, this is sine pi by 2 is 1. If you go on this side, this is minus 1 by root 2 x mapping, and this is minus 1, though it is minus pi by 4, but corresponding value is minus 1 by root 2. So you can see that this definition is 2 theta, this is also 2 theta, this is pi minus 2 theta, and this will come out to be minus pi minus 2 theta. So you can see that same thing, same we are getting the same values here. So you can use the graph of sine inverse sine 2. This we know this function, we have already discussed this. So obviously better approach is you draw graph and then you can find the mapping. But this, whatever the way I have generated the PCs of this, if you have understood this, then this is also good thing, and this is also helpful. Now this is another question based on the same category, where we have to break this into pieces and find the, it's in the function form, right? Sometimes the question comes in the derivative form. Find the derivative of fx. Fx is given, find the, though this question is not about a derivative, so method is same. You can't take derivative unless you generate the compound form of it. So we generate compound form and then we differentiate. So it's same category of problem, right? If you have to find a derivative of an inverse function, and if you can apply direct formula, that's fine, you can directly apply derivative formulas, that's fine, there's no problem in that. But if you want to do it using inverse trigonometric way, then you have to break this into break the function into pieces. Once you have pieces, compound form, then you can differentiate. So sometimes that's why it is advisable that when you have to differentiate an inverse function, you don't make pieces, because it takes time to make pieces. Instead of that, you simply differentiate using the inverse differentiation formulas, using the formulas of differentiation involving inverse functions, right? So let's see this. This is a new thing. We have not learned anything about this thing, this function. So if you just look at this, if we can just simplify this first. Cos inverse x by 2. So we replace x equal to simplify this, means we have to replace x equal to something so that it becomes a cos inverse term. A cos inverse bana chahiye. It should become it becomes a cos term, because if it becomes a cos term, we can cancel cos inverse with cos. So replace something which can make this cos of something, which can generate cos here. So what we do, we replace x equal to cos theta and half equal to cos pi by 3. If we do that, then fx becomes cos inverse x plus cos inverse cos theta cos pi by 3 plus sin theta sin pi by 3. And now we can just see this part also. This becomes cos inverse plus this part becomes cos inverse cos of theta minus pi by 3, right? So we have to simplify cos inverse cos theta minus pi by 3. Now if you one way to break is, you can cancel cos inverse with cos. It is theta minus pi by 3, means cos inverse x minus pi by 3. But this is only true for when theta minus pi by 3 is from 0 to pi. That is, theta is greater than 0 or greater than pi by 3 less than 4 pi by 3, greater than pi by 3 less than 4 pi by 3. So corresponding, if you see the graph of cos from pi by 3, or you can say cos inverse, is the same thing, because we have cos theta equal to x. So we have to see cos theta. If theta is from 0 from pi by 3 to 4 pi by 3, somewhere here the corresponding values are, this is minus, this is half, and see from minus 1 to half, minus 1 to half. If theta varies like this, then correspondingly cos theta varies from minus 1 to half. Fine, ग्राफ से मैप कर लिया from theta this to 4 pi by 3 somewhere here. So cos varies from minus 1 to half. So this is fine. This definition is fine for cos inverse x minus pi by 3 for x from minus 1 to minus half. We can include endpoints, but we need to, sorry, minus 1 to half. We need one more definition for x greater than half, x greater than half and less than 1. What definition it would have, what I should write here. And we do the reverse we do the mapping from x to reverse mapping from x to theta. Half to 1, we can see this section. Half to 1 you can see here. Half to c is this section. Corresponding values of theta are from 0 to pi by c. Theta is from 0 to pi by 3. We have to see theta minus pi by 3. Theta minus pi by 3 is subtract pi by 3, from minus pi by 3 to 0. Multiply with minus sign. Pi by 3 minus theta to 0. Greater than 0, less than pi by 3. So see, pi by 3 minus theta is in principal value branch. Come here. Theta minus pi by 3 is not in principal value branch for this new interval half to 1. But pi by 3 minus theta is in principal value branch. If we can make pi by 3 minus theta, then it is fine. But we can do that, in cos of theta, cos of minus theta is cos theta. In cos minus sign, we can just take away from angle. We can minus को गायब कर सकते हैं. We can remove minus sign. So we can multiply minus sign with angle without changing anything. So we can write this as pi by 3 minus theta. We can cos theta is cos of minus theta. Now it's in principal value branch. We can cancel this with this. It is pi by 3 minus theta. Theta means cos inverse x. So you can see that if we add this simplified form जो निकाली हमने, this with cos inverse x, दोनों को ऐड करते हैं तो आ गया fx equal to simplified form 2 cos inverse x minus pi by 3. This is for x between minus 1 to half, and if we add this with 2 cos inverse x, it is pi by 3 for values which are half to 1. Now according to this we can answer choice, we can choose the choices. 2 pi by 3 is more than half, मैच कर गया, रिप्लेस करेंगे मैच कर जाएगा 2 pi by 3. ये रॉन्ग हो गया. f of 1 by 3 equal to pi by 3, that is also wrong. F of 1 by 3 lies in this interval. 1 by 3 is in between this, and answer is this. That's fine, right? So in this question again, you could have used the graph of, to break this. So you could have used the graph of cos inverse cos x. This is cos inverse cos theta versus theta, 2 pi, and then we shift this graph pi by 3 units. We have to make cos inverse cos theta minus pi by 3. Pi by 3 theta की जगह theta minus pi by 3. Shift pi by 3 units towards right. It's like this. So this is pi plus pi by 3, pi by 3. This is minus pi minus pi by 3. Now if we see that we are interested, and if you do the mapping, pi by 3 is half, mapping with cos, and this will be if we see graph of cos. So this is 0 is 1. So this is sorry, yes, 0, yes, 1. So the direction is opposite because the decreasing function. It's a decreasing function. Yes. So this is 1, and then we have goes on like this. This is 1, this is pi by 3, this is pi by 2, so pi by 2 was 0 होगा ऐसे that way. Fine. so you can see the definition here is, this definition is x shift किया x थी पहले, shift किया x minus pi by 3 और ये हो जाएगी pi by 3, sorry, this pi by 3 minus x, and this is x minus pi by 3 after shifting. So you can see when x is from half to 1, right, definition is pi by 3 minus x. When definition is from 0 to pi by 3 or 0 to half, or we can go even beyond that, we can go up to pi. So pi means here it is minus 1. So this definition, when we have minus 1 से लेके half, the definition is x minus pi by 3. So you have to do the mappings also, interval mapping, theta से और x की mapping करनी है, and then you can say x varies from minus 1 to half, in this minus 1 to half, right? Definition is x minus pi by 3, and when it is from half to 1, x is from half to 1, theta is from say 0 to pi by 3, definition is pi by 3 minus x. Yeah? So you don't need to derive it again, you are picking up from the graph of cos inverse cos x. Whichever way you find easy, you can do that. Now let's see this question. OSC 36 question. It's very easy question. It's a trick in this question which you can learn, and there are 2 questions, and then there are 2 more questions based on this. See, if you look at this OSC 36, it is sigma of sine inverse xi, where I varies from 1 to 2n is n pi. So if you expand this, if you expand this, it is sine of x1 plus sine inverse of x1, sine inverse of x2, sine inverse of x3 goes on up to sine inverse of x2n. So these are 2n terms, and on this side we have n pi. So this, if you see that, if we the sine inverse x1, each and every part can take values between minus pi by 2 and pi by 2. Minimum they can go up to minus pi by 2, and maximum they can go up to pi by 2. That's the principal value branch of sine inverse. Now if we assume that, let's see the, if each and every part will contribute its maximum to the sum, how much sum it will become in left hand side. सब अपने मैक्सिमम वैल्यूज ले लेते हैं अगर 1 पे, इट मीन्स कि x1 should be 1, x2 should be 1, because you know pi by 2 कब आएगा, when sin inverse will is pi by 2, then the ratio inside is 1. So if all decide to contribute maximum, then what will be the total sum? Each one is pi by 2, it at its peak maximum contribute कर रहे हैं, and these are 2n terms, each is pi by 2 and we have 2n terms, सारा मिलके होता है n pi, pi by 2 added 2n times, so 2n into pi by 2, it is n pi. So you can see, and this is n pi. It means that if left hand side has to be equal to right hand side, each and every part in left hand side should contribute to its maximum. Otherwise, if any other part will contribute less, then left hand side, sum of the left hand side will be lesser. Equal है मतलब हर एक को maximum contribute करना ही है, और हर एक को maximum contribute करना है. That's only possible way is each of them is pi by 2, and it means that the ratio inside x1, x2, x2, these ratios inside should be 1. So it means all x1, x2, x3 till x2n are 1, all of them are 1, right? So all are 1, x1 equal to x2 goes on, x2n equal to 1. Yeah. So now we have to, sorry, this xj, we have to add them, we have to add these numbers, we have to add these 2 numbers where all the numbers are 1. So on sum is 2n. Fine, sum is 2n. Now if we see the OC 39 in between, this exactly same question. You see this part, sine inverse x plus sine inverse y plus sine inverse z equal to 3 pi by 2. Now you can same idea, if each and every part will contribute at maximum, it will be 3 pi by 2 sum. Left hand side will be 3 pi by 2 when each and every part will contribute pi by 2. It means the maximum value it can contribute. So pi by 2 plus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 is 3 pi by 2, and each is contributing pi by 2, means that this ratio x is 1. This is contributing 1 means this ratio, this contributing pi by 2 means that ratio is 1. This contributing pi by 2 means this ratio is 1. So that's the only way, that's the only possibility is that x should be 1, y should be 1, z should be 1. So that's why sine inverse 1 should be pi by 2, sine inverse 1 should be pi by 2, so total sum is 3 pi by 2. That's the only way left hand side can be equal to right hand side. So each x, y and z, all three x, y and z are 1. So we replace 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1, 1, 1. 3 minus 9 by 3, 0. Right? 3 minus 9 by 3 is 0. See, this is it. We have to solve trigonometric equation in this question. So all questions where we have to solve trigonometric equations are of the same type, and I'll say they are easy, right? So maybe like when you look at the question, you should have the feeling that you can do it, because it's like solving equation. If it is inverse, it hardly matters. So in this case, most of the questions we apply these kind of formulas: tan inverse A plus tan inverse B. But see, in this case, left hand side is heavy than right hand side, because we have three terms in left hand side, and right hand side we have just one term. So we have to make balance. Don't if you just try to combine all the terms on left hand side, it will take time. So we have to shift some terms from left to right. So symmetrical term को right पे भेज दिया, यहाँ x है, यहाँ भी x वाले को, and other two we are keeping on left hand side. So tan inverse x minus 1 plus tan inverse x plus 1 equal to tan inverse this. We apply tan inverse A plus tan inverse B formula, and in this case there is no need to worry which formula to apply, pi plus or pi minus. No need to worry which formula, because you have to take tan in the next step. You see, tan लेंगे, tan लेना ही अगले step में था. Doesn't matter you say pi plus or pi minus, and that way. So you apply formula tan inverse A plus tan inverse B is A plus B over 1 minus AB, and take tan भी ले लिया. Same here. So simplify किया, ये आ गया, cancel x, we get x equal to 0. Quadratic, solve quadratic, we are getting two values. This is a mistake, half. So we are getting three answers: x equal to 0, x equal to plus minus half. Now I'll suggest that in inverse questions, you after finding these values, you check which one of them satisfy, because there are a few reasons that you can get extra answers. So and instead of figuring out where you can get a wrong answer and we can do correction while solving, let's not do that. Let's find all the answers without worrying about what is happening inside the solution. Don't worry about given we have to make cases. Don't make cases that way. Once we have answers, we can check whether they satisfy or not, because there are possibilities where we can get wrong answers in the last. So quickly we can check which one of them satisfy. So I think all of them satisfy here. You can check. Now this is a question, this is OSC 14, and there are many questions like this where we simplify inverse trigonometric expression, right? Where we simplify inverse trigonometric expression. So whatever we're going to learn here is applicable to many of the illustrations where we have to simplify. So we have this is left hand side. We have to simplify this, and finally the simplified form is tan inverse x. See, from this expression to tan inverse x. So see how much we have to simplify this. So from complex to much simplified form. We start from here, cosec tan inverse x. If you have to simplify this, we need to express this in cosec inverse form, cosec inverse form. And how we do it? Tan inverse x means it's an angle whose tan is x. It's an angle, say theta मान लिया. It's an angle theta whose tan is x. Tan x means x by 1. It means perpendicular is x and base is 1. That's how tan is x by 1. Tan of this angle is x by 1. Now what is the cosec of this angle? What is cosec of this angle? Let me write here, cosec of this angle. To tan inverse, I'm writing again, cosec means perpendicular, hypotenuse over perpendicular. Cosec means perpendicular, hypotenuse over perpendicular. Hypotenuse is root of 1 plus x square. Sorry. So we say cosec inverse hypotenuse root of 1 plus x square over perpendicular x. ये लिख लिया. Minus tan, we can write cot inverse x. Cot inverse x को लिखा tan inverse 1 by x. Don't worry about whether we'll have pi plus or minus pi plus. Don't worry about it, because we have to take tan of it. We take tan of it, so pi will go away. Cancel this with this, this with this. We have 2 tan inverse root of 1 plus x square, LCM ले लिया minus 1 by x. So we have simplified it to a level, but not the level we want. To simplify it further, we have to use substitution approach, because we can't simplify this. We can't simplify this further. To simplify this further, we replace x equal to something. So again, a very typical step. We replace x equal to something, so that it becomes a tan theta form. ये tan बनना चाहिए यहाँ पे, so that we can cancel tan inverse with tan. So ऐसा replace करना है इसको, replace something so that you see a tan formula. So what we do here is we replace x equal to, and very simple to see, 1 plus tan square आ रहा है, so you replace x equal to tan theta. Replace x equal to tan theta. What we have is 2 tan inverse 1 plus tan square theta is secant square theta. Secant theta minus 1 over tan theta equals to 2 tan inverse 1 minus cos theta over sin theta. So this is 2 tan inverse. You can use formula here, or you can say 2 sin square theta by 2 over 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. This becomes 2 tan inverse tan theta by 2. Now tan theta by 2, you can see we can cancel this with this and say 2 into theta by 2. Cancel this is tan inverse x. Now can we cancel this with this? Is it in the principal value branch, theta by 2? Yes, it's in principal value branch, because tan theta is tan inverse x, right? Or you can say graph of tan theta, it's the same thing, doesn't matter. ये रेंज क्या माइनस पाई बाई 2 से पाई बाई 2 है, थीटा है बिटवीन माइनस पाई बाई 2 एंड पाई बाई 2, प्रिंसिपल वैल्यू ब्रांच 2 से डिवाइड करेंगे वो, तो दिस इज लाइक minus pi by 4 to pi by 4. Again, it's a principal value branch. Problem comes when it is 2 theta, right? We are stretching it, then it's a problem, because it becomes minus pi to pi. If it is half, you're dividing, then you're reducing the interval, so it very well lies in the principal value branch. Fine. So this is a simplified form. See, I have few see, I have few simple, what's happening? See, I have some simple questions here, which initially I thought you will do it, but let's quickly discuss them, because you don't have much time to spend from your side. So quickly I'll just go through them. These are the simple questions. If you see this question, this is cos of cos inverse minus this one. See, this is very simple question. I'm solving this so that if this question comes in exam, you should have guts to do it. You should not, those who have not spent time on inverse, so they should spend little time, like maybe 1 or 2 hours, and then have confidence, because if this question comes, you will be a loser, right? You will lose marks in this question. So minus, you cos inverse, you take minus out, pi minus cos inverse, and pi minus cos inverse, this becomes pi minus, you take minus out, minus चला गया बाहर, pi minus हो गया, और cos inverse root 3 by 2, we know cos inverse root 3 by 2, an angle whose cos is root 3 by 2, pi by 6. So pi minus pi by 6 plus pi by 6, answer is minus 1. And I'm telling you, there are at least 5 questions like this in the inverse module. Then we have sin inverse x plus sin inverse y equal to 2 pi by 3. Cos inverse x plus cos inverse y equal to क्या होगा? We use formula. We place formula here. We say यहाँ see pi by 2 minus cos inverse x लिख लिया sin inverse को. We write this as pi by 2 minus cos inverse y, and cos inverse x plus cos inverse y, cos inverse x plus cos inverse y आ गया equal to pi minus 2 pi by 3, pi minus. Fine. Ninth question is the value of cos of 2 cos inverse x plus sin inverse x at x equal to 1 by 5. अब यहाँ sin inverse x है, we take cos inverse from here, we take out one cos inverse from here, and then sin inverse plus cos inverse is pi by 2, right? रह गया ये cos of pi by 2 plus theta, cos pi by 2 plus theta is minus sin theta, and we can write this cos inverse x like this. फाइन, डोंट वरी अबाउट कि कौन सा फॉर्मूला यूज़ करना है, कौन सी फॉर्म यूज़ करनी है, डजेंट मैटर, बिकॉज वैसे भी एक्स पॉजिटिव है, एक्स पॉजिटिव में डजेंट मैटर विच फॉर्म यूर यूजिंग, सो वी कैन सिंपली कन्वर्ट कॉस इनवर्स इनटू साइन इनवर्स. फाइन, एंड देन वैसे भी साइन ले रहे हैं आगे, डजेंट मैटर, दोनों कैंसिल कर दिया तो ये आ गया माइनस ऑफ रूट ऑफ 1 माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर, एंड रिप्लेसिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ एक्स वी गेट द वैल्यू. राइट, सो यू कैन सी in last two questions we are using the formula sin inverse x plus cos inverse y equal to pi by 2, and there are many questions based on this formula. Now 11th question is again there are few questions similar to this. Cot pi by 4 minus 2 cot inverse 1 by 3. So first of all we can write cot inverse 1 by 3 as tan inverse, cot inverse 3 as cot tan inverse 1 by 3. पॉजिटिव है कर सकते हैं. And then we apply, then I don't prefer to work in cot, so I change cot to tan. So what I do, cot theta is tan pi by 2 minus theta, but if you want to do it with cot, that's fine. Cot को लिख लिया tan pi by 2 minus pi by 2 यहाँ पे है, यहाँ से आ रहा है pi by 2 minus pi by 4, ये प्लस हो जाएगा प्लस 2 tan inverse 1 by 3, ये आ गया. फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे cot theta equal to tan pi by 2 minus theta, so pi by 2 minus pi by 4 is pi by 4, यहाँ आ गया. अब इस 2 को अंदर लेके जाना पड़ेगा. फॉर्मूला है, वी अप्लाई दिस फॉर्मूला टू tan इनवर्स x इक्वल्स टू tan इनवर्स 2x over 1 minus x square. फॉर्मूला लगाया, ये आ गया. राइट, नाउ दिस इज लाइक सी प्योर एंगल, दिस प्योर एंगल. नाउ फाइनली वी अप्लाई tan इनवर्स pi by 4 plus theta फॉर्मूला. tan इनवर्स pi by 4, sorry not tan inverse, tan pi by 4 plus theta formula, that is 1 plus tan theta over 1 minus tan theta, and if we use this formula, see we get this equal to 7. So these are small questions in inverse which I don't think to solve them you need lot of knowledge of inverse. So simple knowledge is sufficient. See again, this is OSC 29. Sin inverse, this is an angle, this is a ratio, and this is one ratio. Now see, in this question seems to be very complex question. We have sin inverse and then cos and then sin inverse, cos inverse sin, but very easy question. Looking like complex, but typical IT question. On face it is complex, but when you solve it's not complex. Or when you do an exam you find complex, but when you come out of the exam and do it, then you find easy. Exam looking like complex question, but outside it's simple. So what we do here is, these two angles are same, these two terms are same. This looks weird, but that's the idea. Cos of sin inverse x is same as sin of cos inverse x. Cos sin inverse x is equal to sin cos inverse x. How it is possible? इसको ये यहाँ की है, साइन इनवर्स है यहाँ पे, कमिंग बैक है, साइन इनवर्स को लिखा पाई बाय 2 माइनस कॉस इनवर्स. साइन इनवर्स इनसाइड वी आर राइटिंग इट एज पाई बाय 2 माइनस कॉस इनवर्स, एंड देन कॉस ऑफ पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा, कॉस ऑफ पाई बाय 2 माइनस एंगल. सो कॉस पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा इज साइन, तो ये कॉस का साइन बन गया. एक स्टेप में कॉस का साइन बन, ये साइन बन गया कॉस का, साइन ऑफ कॉस इनवर्स एक्स, एंड दिस ऑल्सो साइन ऑफ कॉस इनवर्स एक्स. यही था. इसको आप सी, let's see again, cos है, इनसाइड जो sin इनवर्स x है उसे लिखा पाई बाय 2 माइनस cos इनवर्स x, सॉरी पाई बाय 2 माइनस sin इनवर्स x, राइट, पाई बाय 2 माइनस cos इनवर्स x, और cos पाई बाय 2 माइनस थीटा इज sin थीटा. तो बाहर तो sin आ गया, अंदर cos आ गया, उल्टा हो गया कि cos बाहर sin अंदर इज सेम एज sin बाहर cos अंदर. So these angles are same now. If these angles are same now, sin inverse x, sin inverse t plus cos inverse t, that is pi by 2. Now this OSC 31, we have to find positive integral solutions of tan inverse x plus cot inverse y equal to tan inverse 3. So first of all I am converting this, I have done is I have written cot inverse y as pi by 2 minus tan inverse x, tan inverse y, right, using the formula tan inverse x plus cot inverse x equal to pi by 2. Or you could have done it, cot inverse को लिख सकते थे आप tan inverse 1 by y. Don't worry about पाई आएगा नहीं आएगा, because बाद में tan लेना है हमें. That's fine, you could have done that way. Now after that I apply tan inverse a minus tan inverse b formula, right, and same on this side, and take tan of both the sides. सिंप्लीफाई करके ये आ गया, सिंप्लीफाई करना आप, ये सिंप्लीफाई सिंप्लीफाई ये आ गया. नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड इंटीग्रल, positive integral solutions of this. It means x is positive, y is positive, right? Positive values of x and y, that will satisfy this. Now one option is, if you're good in making graph, quickly you can draw the graph of this. Then it's very obvious if you can draw graph of this. This is x axis, this is y axis. ये ग्राफ आ गया. अब ग्राफ में हमें सिर्फ फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट को ही देखना है, बिकॉज एक्स इज पॉजिटिव, वाई इज पॉजिटिव. फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट में डू वी हैव द ऑर्डर पेयर एक्स कॉमा वाई, वेयर एक्स एंड वाई बोथ आर पॉजिटिव इंटीजर्स लाइंग ऑन द ग्राफ, राइट. तो हमें सिर्फ ये देखना 0 से लेकर 3 तक. 3 पे तो सिम्टोट है, 0 देखना नहीं है, पॉजिटिव देखना है हमें. वी हैव टू सी द पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज. सो यू कैन सी इंटीजर 2 ही आते हैं, एक्स की 2 इंटीजर वैल्यू आ रही है इन फर्स्ट क्वाड्रेंट, बिकॉज आफ्टर 3 देयर इज नो ग्राफ, ऑन राइट ऑफ 3 देयर इज नो ग्राफ. So on left of 3 and right of 0 we have 2 integers only, 1 and 2. दो ही पे चेक करना है. So x equal to 1 पे y क्या आता है, put x equal to 1, y is 4/2 2 integer, 1,2 आंसर आ गया. Then we have x equal to 2, y equal to 7/1 7. So we have another option. So both of them are will satisfy, both of them will satisfy, and they are positive integers. If you cannot draw graph, then also you can do it, but you'll have to be smart, and we have to observe things. For example, you can see denominator. So if x positively, हमने अगर देखा कि x पॉजिटिव है, इसमें अगर x पॉजिटिव है तो यहाँ देखिए, ऐसे देखा आपने कि 3 माइनस एक्स, वाई भी पॉजिटिव करना है, तो 3 माइनस एक्स ग्रेटर देन 0 तो होना ही चाहिए, राइट. सो x लेस देन 3 तो होना ही चाहिए फॉर y टू बी पॉजिटिव, क्योंकि न्यूमरेटर इज पॉजिटिव. इफ यू डिसाइडेड टू टेक x पॉजिटिव, न्यूमरेटर इज पॉजिटिव. So denominator should also be positive for y to be positive, right? As numerator is positive for positive values, denominator should also be positive, and denominator can only be positive when x is less than 3. So again we come to the situation where x is less than 3 and x is positive, and we have two options left, x equal to 1 and x equal to 2, and both of them So I have 2 more questions here. Now we have to solve this equation. Sin inverse x plus cos inverse, sin inverse x whole square plus cos inverse x whole square equal to 5 pi square by 8. Now again this is the question where we have to use sin inverse x plus cos inverse x equal to pi by 2, and after that it's just not that difficult. If you can get this idea, then it's almost done. Sin inverse x को t मान लिया, इसको लिखा है pi by 2 minus sin inverse x, ये हो गया पाई माइनस टी. सो टी स्क्वायर प्लस पाई माइनस टी होल स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 5 पाई स्क्वायर बाई 8, एंड यू कैन सी दिस इज लाइक नॉर्मल क्वाड्रेटिक इक्वेशन. इफ यू सिंप्लीफाई this and solve quadratic, we'll get 2 values. This is a mistake here, it's minus pi by 4. So this we get 2 values. ये satisfy कर नहीं रही है, this doesn't satisfy because sin inverse x equal to 3 pi by 4 is not possible, because sin inverse x cannot be more than pi by 2. So we reject this value, and this value will satisfy this, right? This value will satisfy. So we have sin inverse x equal to minus pi by 4, x equal to minus 1 by root 2. Fine. Now next question again uses the same formula. We have sin inverse of this angle plus cos inverse of this angle equal to pi by 2. So these two angles should be same. If sin inverse of an angle plus cos inverse of another angle is equal to pi by 2, then both the angles should be same. Or you can do it like this: sin inverse x equal to pi by 2 minus cos inverse, different angle y मान लेते हैं, take sin of both the sides, x equal to sin लिया इस साइड का, sin pi by 2 minus theta is cos theta, cos of cos inverse y, कैंसिल करके आ गया x equal to y. ऐसे भी देख सकते हैं कि अगर sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of y equal to pi by 2 है, sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of, तो x and y should be equal. That's what I have shown here. cos term को right पे ले गए और sin ले लिया, x equal to y आ गया, this equal to this. Now you can it's a 4 here. You can apply infinite GP formula here. You can apply infinite GP formula here, and after that you solve this equation, cancel this, and you can do this. Let's complete this equation. So see, I'm almost done. I think everything I've covered. See, what you have to do is you have to spend some time, maybe half an hour to revise whatever we have discussed. Idea is that if you have already spent time, then you should have a courage, and we have discussed enough. This is more than enough, that if you see a question based on inverse, you should be able to do it. And see, sometimes inverse comes, but not in the form of a inverse trigonometric function question. It comes from a calculus side. That is where you just need graphs of the inverse trigonometric functions, and you can do that question, right? So um, so chances are very low that a question will come which you won't be able to do in exam. So after listening this, I'm sure that if question comes in exam, you'll be able to do it. And sometimes inverse question involves calculation, so don't be afraid to get into that and do that. But obviously you have to see the time also. You should not spend too much time, too much, and if you're not getting positive direction, positive results, don't spend too much time. But yes, calculations, there are some questions when you for example, you apply tan inverse plus tan inverse formula, and then and expressions are tedious, but sometimes when you apply the formula, it becomes very simple. So you should show courage to get into calculations, to start doing calculations. And thank you and all the best for the exam.